What's going on, Police Post? Today we're going to talk about training volume, recovery, stress, all that stuff. So when I'm presented with a patient that comes in and tells me, man, my knee just started hurting. I didn't do anything out of the ordinary, but it just started hurting. There was no mechanism of injury. I didn't fall on it. I didn't get in an accident. Nobody hit me. I don't know why my knee hurts. Can you help me? The majority of the times it comes back to this analogy. Okay, so this is going to be a cup. Pretend this is a cup. My drawings are not great, but this is a cup. Okay, so let's say we've got some water in the cup. Okay, this water represents right now the stress we have in life. Okay, so here is life. The cup size is stress that our system can handle. Okay? Any more water or anything that flows over, so if the water gets too high or the cup gets too small, then we're going to have susceptibility to injury, or we'll have the overtraining phenomenon, or we just won't get better. We're not going to get better. You can do your 10 by 10 squats, but if you do 10 by 10 squats every week for a month or 2 months, there's going to get to a point where your body's just like, hey, F you, I'm done. Okay? So, we've got this. This is our life. Life includes stress from living life. This is going to be job demands, so how much you're on your feet, how much activity you're doing. This is everything that's outside of training. So, potentially, if this is how it's set up, stress in general is to be made up of life stress and training, or we have a little bit more than we can handle, a little bit more room left for more activities, okay? Here is going to be our training, okay? And there are factors that can change the level of the water, or there can be factors that change the level of the cup. Based off how much stress and how much recovery you have, either allows you to perform more and perform better, or you can be doing too much or too little, okay? So we want to try to find that right balance of cup to water ratio, okay? So if I'm starting to have more stress in my life, if I'm starting to sleep less, I'm starting to things aren't going well, the water in the cup can rise. So if the water in the cup rises, we have less room for training, right? So if we're used to doing 5 to 10, let's say we're used to doing 10 sets a week of squats, okay? Now that our stress has increased to this level, maybe we can only get away with doing 5 to 6 sets of squats per week without that risk of either injury or overtraining or just not being able to progress in your strength, okay? So, stress, life stuff can increase the water. Same token, if I start to do more recovery work, if I start doing massage, meditation, sleeping more, that's another one, then the water level can actually drop, okay? So if my water level drops, now I have more room for training. I can get more done. That's why we talk about recovery being an important part of your practice. At the end of all of our effective fitness programs, we have a 5 to 10 minute segment that's used to help down-regulate so you can get the most out of this so the rest of your day goes smooth. Okay? Okay. Then I also mentioned the cup size can change. So, what do you think is going to happen if you're dieting? I'll let you know. Dieting will make this cup go smaller, right? Dieting, if your goal is to change your body composition, absolutely good for you, but know that you're not going to perform your best while you're dieting. Okay? The only that is possible if you're still a beginner and your gains are being made what we call neurologically, so your brain is essentially getting better at doing that movement pattern. So that's why a lot of new beginners can they can lose weight and still get a lot stronger, but once you get out of that intermediate phase or out of that beginner phase into an intermediate phase, that makes it a lot harder. So if I begin to diet, this cup's going to get smaller. And the more I diet, this cup will continue to get smaller, right? We see this a lot too, especially with bodybuilders. Like I've experienced bodybuilding. I went through multiple injuries once, or not really injuries, but flare-ups. Things started bothering me a lot more as I got closer to competition, right? Because my calories got so low, and I'm nervous about, oh man, this show's gonna be hard. Boom, boom, boom. Same thing kind of goes for powerlifting, weightlifting. As you get more stressed out, this climbs, but luckily your training volume already declines before that meet. So, by that same token, what do you think happens when you eat more, when your goal is to gain weight? That's exactly it. It's going to go up. So now our cup has exceeded its capacity of what it was like when we were eating normal. We can get away with doing more training, right? This is a huge representation. It probably wouldn't get this big, but still the idea, you know what I'm saying? Right? So now that this cup is this big, we have more training volume that we can put in without the potential for injury, without the potential for overtraining. So a lot of times what we're really looking at here is this stress to recovery ratio, right? Stress involves both training and physical, mental stress that are going on throughout the day. Recovery involves sleep, it involves nutrition, it involves stress management, all of those things. But the closer this water gets to filling this cup, the more potential you have for overtraining, the less potential you're going to have for making progress, and the more potential you'll have for injuries. So I hope this helps you guys kind of picture what we talk about, or what we really mean when we're talking about recovery, training volumes, load management, all those things. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Enjoy.